All right, what's up, guys? Wanted to get another video in before the weekend. Got quite a few updates. First thing I want to get to is schedule for the next month. So not for April, but for May. It's a nice bike right there. So first weekend of May, Yamaha. So May 7th, Yamaha demo day. In there for that event, they did say no GoPros, which I don't really get why. I think that's pretty stupid. So I'm gonna try and take it anyways, see if I can get a video with that. And then May 13th, Harley is having a demo day near me, and the 14th, but I'm going to Cletus and Cars in Indy that day. And then the first weekend of June is Kawasaki's demo day. So if anybody wants to see anything at any of those demo days, let me know. But that's the schedule. Next thing, so the bike is getting pretty boring. So it's not a boring bike, but it's not an exciting bike, if that makes sense. Especially if you've rode more powerful bikes. So I still like riding it because it is a decent motorcycle to ride, but it just, I don't know, after a while, and especially after having rode those other bikes, it's not that I hate it, it's just in the back of my head I'm like, I really want a different bike. But I'll keep riding this one and making videos on it. I don't think I'm going to sell it unless I just got an offer that I couldn't refuse and I could go buy something better. But what I did do is I have listed my Rebel on Twisted Road and on Rider Share. And actually, when I listed it on Twisted Road, there's like nobody else on Twisted Road in my area, which is northern Indiana. I think so it's obviously popular down in Austin, Texas, where Yami's from, but in my area it's just not happening. So I was looking for other ones, and I found Rider Share. That website, there's actually a person on Twisted Road that he removed all of his bikes a day after I posted mine. And I was like, what's going on? He had 4 of them on there, so I figured he'd been on there for a while and was wondering why he removed them. So then when I found Rider Share, he's on there. So I messaged him. He actually wants to be a part of a video, because I told him I'm interested in shooting some of his bikes for the channel. And I'm going to rent his bikes to do that. Which is actually pretty expensive for me. Like, it's almost the monthly payment for this bike. So, but I want to do it for the channel. I want to keep this channel going, so I'm willing to spend some money on it. And had this channel for a while, but I've never really put much effort into it. But I am now. And I hope it turns into something bigger because of this effort that I am putting into the channel. I'm also going to do another exhaust video, hopefully next Sunday. It's going to be a Subaru WRX and the Dodge Charger that everybody loved. It now has a Whipple supercharger, so that will be a video to look out for. It's still got that 7-liter Hemi. But so this guy that I was talking to, he wants to make a video on information for people about Twisted Road, about rider share, and there was another one. Not sure what he said. ES. I don't know. I think I found the one, but I can't remember exactly. The two main ones I can think of is Twisted Road and rider share. This is a brick road. It's bumpy as heck. But so we're gonna do that. That'll be a separate video from what I am doing next weekend on Saturday. So Saturday's the bike, Sunday is the exhaust video I was telling you guys about. Like there's a dog loose up here or something. So Saturday I'm renting this guy's motorcycle, which is a 2022 Ducati Monster. I have never been on a Ducati. I'm excited for it. I have been on a 1000 Aprilia before. That bike was the most ridiculous sport bike I've ever been on. And I know the Monster, I don't know if the Aprilia was a V2 or a V4. But I'm pretty sure the Monster's a V-twin. I'll have to look up those specs before I take it. I'll have it for like 9 hours on Saturday, and I have 200 miles. So look out for that video. That will be coming too. So we got Ducati next weekend, Charger, WRX Sunday. That was Saturday. First weekend of May, Yamaha demo days. Next weekend Harley. First weekend of June, Kawasaki. So look out for that stuff. And just we did not go out the way Pete is today because it's windy as heck. So I'm trying to stay in town, but I am heading the wrong way for that right now. I think that is mostly all the updates that I have for right now. There is some other news going on. So Yamaha is wanting to do some additional exploring into biofuels for motorcycles, which I think that's awesome. I wish more car makers were doing this, but if we can find an alternative fuel to use that's maybe cheaper or more efficient, better for the environment, anything, that is a very nice car. But I am for any of that. Anything that keeps engine go bang, I like that. Yeah, so I think that is awesome. Obviously it's got a long way to go before adoption, but hopefully that's just something that we can see come back or come into the forefront. Another bit of news, I'll get to this in a second, but another bit of news, Toyota is, I don't know how many of you guys that are watching this video are car guys. I like cars and bikes, so I'll talk about this. I think there might be a little bit of crossover. But Toyota released a picture today, and I don't know how many of you seen GR Corolla's coming out. It's gonna be a manual hot hatch. So they said that they aren't done yet, and they released a picture of a car with 3 pedals, which I think any motorcyclist could enjoy that. And it has the floor mounted accelerator pedal like BMW does, and this wind is horrendous. Because of that, most people are assuming, including myself, that Honda is probably doing a stick shift Toyota Supra, which is what everybody's been wanting since the car came out. I don't think anybody was anticipating the price tag on the car that they came out with, because I don't think the old one was anywhere close to that. But this new one is expensive, unless you get the 2.0. But for the 6-cylinder, I mean, it's a BMW, so it's expensive. And I wonder how much BMW has to do with that pricing, because they probably know that everybody knows it's a BMW, and it's basically an M series car. So they probably don't want the car price too low, because then it would be it would outprice the BMWs and have the same performance. So yeah, but it's exciting still that they're going to make a manual one. People like me aren't going to be able to afford it, but it's still cool, and I wish more manufacturers were doing that. The next thing I want to talk about is Honda announced the Hawk 11 and the specifications for it. This is for the Japanese market, but they said it's going to be about $11,000, which isn't terrible. I don't think it's great, because you could buy a CB1000 for that price, but it's not the same look. This one's got a headlight fairing. It's not completely naked, but it's pretty. It's like neo retro. So it's gonna make 100 horsepower, and I think 80 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, basically 80 pound-feet of torque. And it's obviously the same engine that's in the Rebel 1100, the Africa Twin. 17-inch wheels front and rear, so it's got a good sporty setup. I'm hoping it won't be like a Ford seating position, but it probably will be from the looks of it. 472 pounds, so about the same weight as a Rebel 1100. So it's basically just going to be a sportier Rebel 1100 Africa Twin. And the 1100 is a good engine, so that's pretty exciting. It looks awesome, I think. They're only anticipating 1,200 sales. It's not very much. Hopefully they make more than that. But I mean, Honda sells what, like 1 million bikes a year? I mean, I don't know. That seems pretty low, but definitely a cool looking bike. Excited to see that. Maybe get to ride it at some point. Except Honda sucks and doesn't do demo days. And then people end up. Okay, I'm not gonna. But yeah, Honda sucks. They don't do demo days. Hopefully at some point they'll start doing them again. I don't understand, more manufacturers need to do demo days, because people need to be able to experience their bikes. They probably think, cars don't do that, but cars aren't the same. Most cars drive pretty much the same, and you're always sitting in a seat, so they pretty much all feel the same. Every bike feels different. Because you're much more in tune with what is happening. And also, every bike has different suspension, so it might end up being like my situation with the Rebel, which is that the suspension sucks, basically. But I'm going to move, since I'm at a stoplight, I'm going to move on to the next topic. So, Harley finally revealed their new Nightster, which the Nightster is an awesome bike from Harley. I don't know if they revealed a price on it, but they're saying it's going to be a 975, which was anticipated, but it'll probably make more power than the old 1200, so let's not get too upset here. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the price is on this Nightster. If they can get this bike to like 9 grand, 10 grand, I'm probably dreaming, but I think that'd be a perfect price to sell this thing. Like, I would for sure consider buying one at that price. And I mean, that's why I didn't get a Street 750 or a Street 500, because those bikes are pretty weak, honestly. Like, I don't know what happened with those two bikes, but they definitely aren't anything insane. But yeah, the Revolution Max is just a way better engine than what anything Harley has done anytime recently. The Street was cool when it came out. At least it looked cool, and then it just kind of fell flat on its face because it didn't really make any power. And I think Harley was thinking if they did that, it would mess with their other bikes, and so they didn't want to do that. But you can have a cheaper bike with more power and it still not take sales from baggers, because someone that's buying a bagger wants a bagger for bagger reasons, not for performance reasons. But it's a nice car. Ah, 90 horsepower out of that 975. That's a pretty good number, I think. Pretty sure that's probably still more than the old 1200 used to make, and I'm sure that's not maxed out, because that 1250 makes 150 in the Pan America, and I'm sure that's not maxed out either. These Revolution motors are impressive, and it's 481 pounds, which is Rebel 1100 territory. I think that's a good weight. So this will be an interesting bike to see, especially depending on the price. Yeah, so that's a really cool bike, and it will be exciting to see what they do with it, especially where it lands price wise. I think if they price this thing $12,000–$13,000, I think they've messed up. But I think they messed up with the Sportster S, because I think it's like $15,000. They can't keep doing stuff like that. They're gonna price themselves out of the market. Sure, people will still buy them, but it's not gonna, like, if you want sales Harley, if you want to, like, everybody knows Harley is dying, literally. If they want to keep, like, and you can tell they're trying to keep that from happening, but it ain't gonna happen if they keep pricing their bikes too high. Like, it's just a fact. They need to get a new pricing structure, because the one they have is not working. At least they're trying to keep up with other bikes now, stay modern, That was the first step. Now I got to do the step of pricing their bikes right, which time will tell if they get that part right. But yeah, so like I said, guys, with the news at the beginning, just watch out for that stuff. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy.